Test 1, 2, 3. Good evening. Welcome to the Revere Zoning Board of Appeals. If we could rise and salute the flag, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call of the members. Mr. Lemonna? Here. Mr. Lopes? Here. Mr. O'Brien is absent. Mr. Pelton? Here. Ms. Pratt, alternate member? Here. And Chairman Tucker?
Here.
Here. Quorum is present. First application is continued from January 22nd meeting. Jamie Rano, 29 Carlton Street, requesting a variance with respect to the requirement that detached accessory structures shall not occupy more than 10% of the rear yard and shall not be located within the required side yards and within 2 feet of the rear lot line to enable the appellant to construct a 20 by 20 pergola at 29 Carlton Street. Next application is A2503, Ibrahim Asida, 84 Patriot Parkway, requesting a variance for maximum principal building coverage, parking requirement that an existing developed lot held in common ownership with a qualified vacant lot must provide at least 2 off-street parking spaces on the developed lot to enable the appellant to construct a single-family dwelling on lot 194 Patriot Parkway.
Please press the microphone, state your name and address for the record.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Joseph Cottogio, 1 Sprague Street, Revere, representing the applicant, Mr. Asida. We are proposing the construction of a single-family home on lot 194 on the plan that we submitted along, and a copy of the plan that I've handed you tonight. Lot 194 is more or less a buildable lot. It consists of 4,750 square feet. And it is presently vacant, except for some small pavement that's been used by the adjoining lot, lot 195, for its parking. The lot, as far as the city assessors is concerned, seems to be assessed as a buildable lot. It's valued at over $135,000. And we presented a proposed single-family structure that meets all of the zoning requirements on the lot itself, 2 site plan review. Single-family home, 2 parking spaces, 1 in a garage, the other in a spot in front of the garage. All of the setbacks met with an 18-foot front yard setback, 20-foot rear yard. The structure is under, will not exceed 30 feet in height, and again is housed as a single family. The problem that occurs is that the adjoining lot, which is presently family owned, same family owns these 2 lots, but under separate deed and separate title, uses an area that exceeds into this lot by about 4 feet. When we spoke at site plan review, they proposed that we subdivide that small strip out of the lot that we'd be obtaining in order for the lot at 195 or number 83 Patriot Parkway, which is an existing single-family, maintain their spaces. We were obviously in agreement to do that. We would coordinate that with the current owner at closing and provide a subdivision plan. Site plan suggested that upon approval by the zoning board here for the construction, we would then present the subdivision plan back to the planning board to be signed as an approval not required. That 4 feet strip would be conveyed to lot 195 so that their parking may be maintained off-street. We obviously are providing our parking off-street as well. And we hope that one small provision can be approved, and the applicant can construct his single-family home on a lot that is otherwise kind of messy and overgrown, and we would hope to improve and clear it up.
Thank you. Seeing that there's a public hearing, are there any proponents? Anyone in favor? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Any opponents? Anyone opposed?
There's a email on file from resident Maria Ardagna at 40 Dawes Street in opposition.
If I may, just to follow up, I understand that that might be a rear yard or a rear side. We are providing maximum, the required 20 feet off of that, so we would hope. My client also kind of canvassed the neighborhood and collected some signatures. And one final, that's Ward Council was at site plan with us and did present his approval for the project as presented.
Thank you. Are there any other opponents? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Any members wish to speak? I commend you for doing the 2 parking spaces. That was my concern. You did that. I know it's a lot of paperwork and to do that, but I appreciate it. Is there a motion to approve? I'd ask for a roll call with the standard conditions.
If approved, the standard conditions would be as follows. If the rights authorized by this variance are not exercised within 1 year of the date of the grant of this variance, the right shall lapse. This variance shall not be valid until the appellant has recorded this variance and plan in the Suffolk County Registry of Deeds and submits document recording numbers and dates to the city clerk and building inspector of the city of Revere. The appellant must receive site plan review approval prior to applying for a building permit. Shall the ZBA grant the relief requested subject to those conditions? Mr. Lemonna?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Lopes?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Pelton?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Pratt?
Yes.
Yes. And Chairman Tucker?
Yes.
Yes, the variance has been granted. Next application is A2504 Madison Real Estate Group LLC, 5 Whitney Street, Saugus, Mass., requesting multiple variances of the revised ordinances of the city of Revere to enable the appellant to subdivide the existing lot into proposed lots A and B and construct a new single-family dwelling on proposed lot B at 30 Floyd Street.
Good evening. Please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Mr. Chair. Attorney Robert Peterson, Jr., 314 Main Street, Wilmington, Mass. Mr. Chairman, through you to members of the board, I'm here this evening representing Madison Real Estate Group, LLC, and its principal, Kevin Childs. Kevin is a lifelong resident of Revere, currently residing at 104 Summer Street. The applicant is currently under agreement to purchase the property located at 30 Floyd Street, map 18, block 292, lot 1, which is currently a 1 lot consisting of 6,993 square feet of land, more or less, and is located in the RB district requiring 8,000 square feet of land per lot. The applicant seeks to subdivide the existing lot of land at 30 Floyd Street into 2 separate parcels. One will be Lot A, containing 3,748 square feet of land, and that lot will continue to house the existing 2-family dwelling. And then Lot B will be 3,243 square feet of land, and that proposal for that lot will be the construction of a new single-family dwelling. Due to the unique shape and position of the existing lot, it being on the corner with frontage on Floyd and Shirtleft Streets, it is difficult to configure any subdivision in any way that would bring the applicant into more substantial conformity with the requirements of the zoning bylaws relative to setbacks, lot coverage, and frontage. Many of the surrounding parcels also appear to have the same nonconformities that the applicant is seeking this board to grant a variance relative thereto. Moreover, given that the square footage requirement in the RB district is 8,000 square feet, holding the applicant to strict compliance relative thereto would be unduly burdensome, as there appears to only be 1 parcel in the neighborhood conforming to that square footage. Accordingly, the subdivision sought by the applicant would bring the existing property into a more substantial conformity with the abutting parcels and would not cause a substantial detriment to the public good. Relative to parking, it was an issue brought up to the applicant. The demolition of the existing garage and the creation of 2 dedicated parking spaces for the existing lot, which is the 2-family home on Lot A, will create additional parking. Currently, the garage on site can only accommodate 1 car, and we're allowing for the creation of 2 parking spaces on the said Lot A. And then relative to the addition of the new home, it is the applicant's hope that it brings some sort of beautification to the neighborhood, as he's going to be creating a new single-family residence for that neighborhood.
Thank you. Seeing that this is a public hearing, I'll ask if there's any proponents, anyone in favor. Kindly step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. It's already on. Just press it one more time. Thank you.
Yeah, David Sullivan, 12 Elmwood Street in Revere. I live next street over from the 30 Floyd Street. I've known Kevin Childs for a while. He's well known in the building community, and I'm definitely for the project due to the fact that it's providing parking. That area, even within the single-family lots on Elmwood Street, we don't have a lot of parking, especially off-street. We have 2 parking spots at our house, and we still have a problem with that. So definitely be a benefit to add a parking spot to that area to make it a little less congested.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents?
Don DeVincerelli at 56 Atwood Street. I'm speaking for myself and my mother and father also reside in the residence. We are in full support of this. Kevin Childs has been a longtime friend of ours, and we know how the quality of their work is to the utmost standard, so we are in full support of this. Thank you.
Can we just have your address, please?
56 Atwood Street.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents? Seeing in here none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Are there any opponents? Anyone opposed? Was there another proponent? If there was another proponent, please step up to the microphone if you're in favor, if you wish to speak. Sorry, I cut you off too soon.
I'm David DeAngelis, 48 Furnace Street in Revere. I'm in favor of Kevin. I've known Kevin a lot of years. I do a lot of his plumbing for him, and he's always on the up and up. He does everything the right way, and he's a great guy.
Thank you.
Angela Garino, Sawyer, Ward 5 Counselor. I am in favor of this project as well. I don't think it would cause any harm to the neighborhood if, in fact, it would upgrade the way the neighborhood looks now. Thank you.
Thank you. And happy birthday. Are there any other proponents? Seeing in here none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Any opponents? Anyone opposed? We
There's
have
one email on file in opposition from a K. Damaso at 58 Hawes Street.
any other opponents? Seeing in here none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Any members wish to speak? There's a motion on the floor to approve. I'd ask for a roll call with our standard conditions, please.
The conditions are as follows. If granted, if the rights authorized by this variance are not exercised within 1 year of the date of the grant of this variance, the right shall lapse. This variance shall not be valid until the appellant has recorded this variance and plan in the Suffolk County Registry of Deeds and submits document recording numbers and dates to the city clerk and building inspector of the city of Revere. And the appellant must receive site plan review approval prior to applying for a building permit. Shall the zoning board of appeals grant the relief requested subject to those conditions? Mr. Lemonna? Yes, Mr. Lopes? Yes, Mr. Pelton? Yes, Ms. Pratt? Yes, and Chairman Tucker?
Yes.
Yes, the variance has been granted. Next application is A2505. This is a special permit. Samuel Atika, 74 Dunn Road, requesting a special permit pursuant to Section 1740040 from the ZBA to enable the appellant to expand an existing non-conforming single-family structure by constructing a 775-square-foot addition to the rear of the structure at 74 Dunn Road.
Okay, if the applicant's here, could you please step up to the microphone, press the button, and state your name and address for the record?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, my name is Samuel Taka. I'm living 74 Dunn Road. So we have a project home addition for in the back of my backyard. We have 4 dedicated parking lot. And then, but the setback is, instead of 30 feet, we are short of 10 feet.
Okay. Seeing that it's a public hearing, I'd ask, is there any other proponents? Anyone in favor? Seeing in here none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Any opponents? Anyone opposed? Seeing in here none, I'll close that side of the hearing. I speak from the chair, if you don't mind. This has been discussed with, I believe, the J. Juros.
Yes, correct.
This was presented to site plan review, and there was no plan at the time when it was presented to them. Unfortunately, there's an encroachment on this, so we cannot vote on this until the encroachment is taken care of, meaning that the front stairs are technically not on your property, as well as the 2 parking spaces aren't on your property. So I believe you can definitely alter this to make sure that you can put the 4 parking spaces on your plan, and then change the curve of the stairs so they're not going on city property. And we're going to continue this until a new plan is presented at our next
That's the new
meeting.
plan. That's the revised.
Yeah, but it doesn't show that the stairs were relocated. So it's my recommendation that we continue this hearing until the applicant can go and present this to site plan review, or present it to the Frank Stringy, who is on the upper level here, so that he can then tell us that they're approving this plan. Once they approve the plan, you'll come in front of us next month. And based on what was tonight, there'd be pretty much no opposition, but we have to have the plan corrected.
I think already they reviewed the plan from site review. They already reviewed. The only issue they mentioned to us, the setback.
The setback on the rear was,
From what Frank Stringy told me is that he did not see that there was that your stairs were an encroachment. So now that the encroachment has been aware, you have to correct the encroachment in order to come to us. All righty? Our next meeting would be... So March 26th will be our next meeting. You'd have to be in front of site plan review as quickly as possible. Or go to Frank Stringy, you may not have to go to site plan review. We just have to have a new plan that they give an okay to.
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, to be relocated.
Parking spaces need to have the dimensions on them, so they're not shown. So we know it's a 9 by 8, you know what I mean? And so a little bit of parking space. We don't know the plan, it doesn't say how big the space is. Yeah, but you can't have 3 spots in tandem there. So
You can have
the spots have to be on the plan with the dimensions. The dimensions of each slot. Yep.
9 by 18,
9 by 18.
front and rear.
Show 9 feet here, 18 here.
I think, yes. If he said, we have to make sure that the plan's correct in order for us to vote on it. I'd hate to do something and then have you not be legal, so. If you go to Frank Stringy, they're gonna have you depict that. And once you put the spaces on your property correctly, you shouldn't have an issue.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So there is a motion to continue until March 26th, until we receive a revised plan. Do we need to do a roll call? No? All in favor, aye. No one opposed? Thank you. Having no further business on, oh, 1 second. Oh, let's see, did these people show up? Okay.
And lastly, the application that first came up at the beginning of the meeting was, this is continued from January 22nd of '25, A2502, on the application of Jamie Rano, 29 Carlton Street, requesting variance with respect to the requirement that detached accessory structures shall not occupy more than 10% of the rear yard and shall not be located within the required side yards and within 2 feet of the rear lot line to enable the appellant to construct a 20 by 20 pergola at 29 Carlton.
Press the microphone, state your name and address for the record, please.
Yep.
Your name and address.
Jamie A. Rano, 29 Carleton Street, Riviera, Mass. 02151.
Okay. This was continued from last meeting so that you would be able to, one, speak with the ward councilor and then speak with the abutters that were opposed to it. Was that done?
Yes.
And we have one opposition, Ashley, is it correct?
There was opposition at the last hearing from Barbara Popolo at 20 Oxford Park, and Councilor Guarino Sawaya, 15 Bateman.
I just talked to her like 2 days ago, and she said she's be okay. Soon as we're not gonna keep doing anything on our pergola.
Okay.
So she told me, oh, I sent in a letter to the city hall.
I'm not sure if we have anything, but let's check.
Any?
We have not received anything from her
So
to
she
say
need-
that she's
she-
no
she-
longer in
She
opposition.
need to send, okay, I'm gonna talk to her again, so that way she can send by email or regular mail what we
Okay.
talk about.
And so we would have to continue this until March 26th, until we receive her letter.
Okay,
So this will be continued, a motion to continue, all in favor, aye? No one opposed? What's the letter? Is because the person that was directly next to this was opposed to it, because it's so close to her.
There it is. Also let him know that even though she says it's okay to have that line there, you still have to go through the building department. And I'm sure they're gonna make you get a structural engineer because the structure's so big. So because you get a letter from her saying it's okay, she doesn't mind the setback, you still have to go through the building department, which they may make you get a structural engineer to make sure everything is safe and sound. It's not an okay that you can keep it,
just keep it, okay.
okay?
I'm gonna have a meeting with them on March 12th. So I'm gonna talk to them about that. Because the inspector, the first time when he show up, he just told me he need 5 feet from a fence, and we need a 5 feet from the other side of the fence.
Right.
And he told me if I put 4 feet down with concrete, all the posts, and I told him, yes. But he told me we need to require the 5 feet of the fence.
The setbacks, that's what we're gonna
Yeah,
do. But he's gonna require you to get a structural engineer to make sure that, you know, because you built it before you got the permit.
yes,
That the 4 feet below the ice, you know, it's there, you know, and the structure is safe.
okay.
So be prepared. I mean,
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to with the inspector
Right.
about that, and if I require the engineer, he can show up and take a measures to see if
right,
it's being done right,
right.
okay?
Yeah, thank you.
So there was a motion on the floor to continue. Anyone, all in favor? No one opposed? All right, the ayes have it. No further business. Our next meeting will be March 26th.